What's up guys, it's Tanki Beast Pro here, and today we are going to be doing what to mount on WASP. So firstly we start with Firebird and WASP. Now this can be effective because of its burn time, of Firebird's burn time. It's got its problems though. It can be taken down from distance, so you won't be able to get to your you won't be able to get to your enemies not quick enough because you might get shot before you reach them. But the speed could help you with that, I guess. So you can get to them quicker. But really, with this combination, you're going to need tactics on what to do. Maybe you're going to pick up some boxes for a shield that's going to protect you. But if this combination is well used, it can be absolutely deadly. Now I'm going to do some ratings for these combinations, and I'm going to, out of 10, I'm going to give this rating 8.5 out of 10. Okay, so now we move on to Freeze. Now there's not really much to be said about this combination. It is not the best in the world. It is best used with other hulls, and I will be coming on to what is best for like hull-wise for Freeze in later videos. It's a solid combination, but it's just now overshadowed by the power of Firebird with WASP, because the Firebird's burn time is just no match for Freeze in this combination. But Freeze can be absolutely amazing in other combinations, which we'll be moving on to in later videos. But I'm going to give it this. It can be quite a good combination because, like, if I show you like a tactic for Freeze or whatever you want to call it. Say this here that I'm shooting is like a tank, and so the tank is like coming towards me, and what I've got to do, I've got to try and get like behind the tank, freeze it so it can't shoot me, because its turret's going to move really slowly, and so it's just basically so it doesn't attack you, and you just keep going around it and you kill it basically. And sometimes you do need a little bit of speed to do that, to get behind them. And so WASP can come in handy for that. But I'm going to give this a rating of 7 out of 10. Okay, so now we move on to another combination of Icider and WASP. And let me tell you, this is a good combination. WASP's high speed makes up for Icider's short range, because Icider has got very short range. And WASP is really fast, so it can keep up with teammates from your team, and it can heal them as they grab the flag and get away with it. So you can just keep up and revive them basically. And Icider, even though WASP has got not a lot of health at all, when you attack with Icider, it heals you, so that sort of makes up for the lack of health for WASP. So it's quite a good hull, and I think we're going to give it a rating of 8 out of 10. So now we come to the newest gun on the game, Hammer. Now Hammer and WASP, never really played with it really, but can I just say Hammer is extremely powerful, and it's the tank's on 2 wheels, if that's what you want to call it there, when I shoot the gun. So it's very powerful with a little tank, and just to demonstrate that, if I just pop up here and there's a ramp, right, you see this ramp? Well, if you want to shoot someone off there, look, it's just going to flip your tank absolutely miles, and it's just absolutely, it's just the sheer power of Hammer, and it is unbelievable. Anyway, moving on, we can you can run away from enemies when reloading, because if I just demonstrate the reload time, it is massive, literally. Right, so now we're reloading. At this point, you can be running away with enemies at WASP speed, because it's got a lot of speed, and then it's finished reloading, you can get back out there and start shooting again. And another thing, in between shots, so if I do that, you've got to wait until you can fire the next shot, like that. Now in between those shots, enemies are going to attack you, and WASP has not got much health, and that's a pretty bad thing, because you're just going to die. And the acceleration speed on WASP is not that great. Hornet is a better hull for acceleration speed, so it can't really get to cover as fast. So it's not the best combination, I'd say. And I think I'm going to give it a rating of 6.5 out of 10. Now this is just an awful awful combination. Terrible, absolutely terrible, just does not work. Basically because of it's got a high knockback, and WASP is a very light tank, and it can be, you know, it's just troublesome when you're trying to hit tanks. And another thing, you need to get this, like, you know, the bullets bang on like it's, you know, a tank for maximum effect. And because WASP is a very light tank, if something shoots you, you're just gonna literally go bang like that when you're shooting, and the tank's gonna be like miles over here, and your gun's pointing over there. And in the meantime, they're attacking you, and you're not attacking it. And it's the same with every gun, really, when using WASP. But this is just truly just an awful combination. It just won't be effective. It's not going to do you any good. It's not really going to do. It's just terrible. Anyone who uses this must be just, you know, crazy. Anyway, and it doesn't give you the full amount of XP twins. If you kill someone, it won't give you the full XP, which I think is about 10 XP per person you kill. And it's a great gun, just awful, absolutely awful combination. And the rating I give it is just 3, and it deserves that. And now we come to Ricochet, possibly one of the most annoying guns in the game, especially for shaft users, but I'll explain that in a minute when we get to shaft. The thing is with this combination, it's an alright combination, I suppose, and it's very uncommon on the battlefield, though. You won't see it much at all, and it is basically a parkour combination. As you can see, I've managed to get up here, literally just by myself, no one else's help, and I'll be showing you how to do that in my stunts, tips and parkour tricks and whatever in a later video. And another thing, it's just got strong recoil. I mean, look, it moves your tank around, you know, like that, and it can be very annoying because if you're trying to shoot like in one place, you're gonna have to keep moving your turret to get the same place, and it's virtually impossible to keep it in one place. So the rating I'm going to give this is possibly, I think, yeah, 6.5 out of 10. It can be effective, but it's very hard to, you know, get good accuracy on it due to the recoil. Smoky. The boring old gun every tanker starts with, but is it really that good? Well, you're about to find it. This gun looks very simple, but it can be very effective if it's in the right hands. It is very hard to use, but can work well. The rapid fire, well, it's not really rapid fire, but the short reload time, as I'm demonstrating here, can help you a lot. You can like charge into the battlefield, like into where all the tanks are, where all the mayhem and chaos is occurring. You can shoot the hell out of everyone. You can batter everyone. You can kill as many people as you want to. It might take a while with this smoky because I've got a big damage, but then you can, after you've had your time out in the battlefield and you got, you know, low on health, and you know you need to retreat, you know, maybe to a nice hitter. The WASP speed will actually help you get back to your base pretty quick, and you're going to, you know, whiz in and out of tanks before they can even move their turret. So it's actually a pretty good combination, and I know a lot of people underestimate this combination, and maybe they just say it's crap really, but it's not. It can be a very good combination. It's hard to use, but can be very good. The rating I'm going to give this is 7.5 out of 10, so it's one of the better guns to use with WASP. Now let's just say I'm not a big fan of this weapon, but I think it can be pretty good on certain hauls, but not really this haul, I don't think, because this gun is better used at long range, and WASP is mainly like a short range, you know, get into the chaos, shoot the hell out of everyone and retreat. It's mainly, you know, a midfield sort of hull, I reckon, and Thunder's long range, so you're going to want maybe a bigger tank, so to help you, you know, more health in that tank, and you know, and WASP has not got much health, and many people think the turret works best with more health. So it's basically what I've just said, and yeah, I think I totally agree with them. Not much to say on this weapon. I don't really like it. Never really use it. As you can see, it's MO, and the rating that I want to give it is 6 out of 10. Now, there's quite a lot to say about this weapon. it's absolutely fantastic if you use it right. Some people say this is possibly the best combination, but some people say it's not so good. But it's getting increasingly popular, and you will possibly see it out in the battlefield a lot more. And it is quite hard to use though, and very easy to flip, as WASP is a very light tank. So that could cause some hassle for you. You maybe want to add more weight to your tank, or just get a heavier tank. It's quite simple, but it's very effective if used by a person that knows how to use railgun. And I will be doing a weapon guide on railgun, so make sure you subscribe to see that, because it's very interesting. And it taught me how to use it. Not my own weapon guide, but someone else's. But theirs taught me, and I'm basically going to let you know how to use railgun. So basically, the rating I am going to give this is 8 out of 10. It's a very good combination, but it's quite hard to use. So this is our last weapon of this video on what to mount on WASP, and it is shaft. But all the things the main thing you need to know about this is it can work well, but shaft is better, mainly for stronger hauls. It is just simply better. If you do decide to use this combination, you're going to need to find a good camping spot, and so people can't spot you and kill you easily. And but that is actually really hard now, because of the laser they've put on shafts to help other players. I think that's absolutely pointless towards shaft players. But I think you're going to need a camouflage paint as well. Depending upon what map you're on. Say if you're on like a snowy map, you're going to just use something that's white, paint that's white, so it's harder to spot you. But say if you're on like a forest map or a desert map, well, no, say if you're just on a forest map, use something like the paint I've got on at the minute, or like a jungle paint. Make sure it's camouflaged, and it's the same colour as the map you're on, basically. And it's the same with the desert. If you're going to be on the desert, use something that blends into the desert, so like an orange sort of tank. I'm not going to say it's going to protect you that much, but people will end up spotting you, but it's going to give you a slight advantage. Now, another thing about this combination is it's good for getting out of sticky situations. Can't say the word, because of WASP's speed, and yes, it's quite good for doing that. Say if you're, shaft is a long range weapon, but if you're like nose to nose with another tank on the opposite team, and they're blasting the hell out of you, you can't really do much with the arcade mode on shaft, because it's absolutely terrible. Whilst you're like zooming in to kill them, they're killing you. So it's not the best combination, and all you really need to know is use stronger hauls with it. So the rating for this, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So that brings this video to an end. What to mount on WASP. I hope this video helped you a lot. Please subscribe and click the like button. It helps me so much. And be sure to see what to mount on Hornet, which is the video coming up next on what to mount on what. Thank you for watching.